you always seek a reason to level up. You have to understand that before you had ancestors, and those ancestors went through hell for your existence to continuate the species and to perpetuate the existence of the human race. Now, if you ask them, why did you choose to do the best for yourself to continue the process of the continuous evolution of the human species, they would have no reason. You have to understand that growth, there is no reason to grow but to grow. All of you seek motivation like your fucking life and existence isn't the motivation. All of you seek something external to provoke you and invoke you to withdraw action for you to take a direction in for a better outcome for yourself. You have to understand that's fucking ridiculous. So you rather stagnate in the same position, and you rather sit there uncomfortable when all you have to do is put in some work, and then you'll be comfortable. You have to understand that most of you will choose to remain insecure little fucking pussies instead of make a decision to solve that fucking issue. You rather sit there and stagnate in inadequacy instead of do something to fix that, to overcome your fucking weakness. You have to understand that as you seek something external to fix that pussy ass bitch in the mirror, you have to understand that every day we got up with massive amounts of intention to expound beyond our limitation, to take steps forward and to grow as an individual, to always grow in every area and facet of life, to read more books than you, to do more reps than you, to do heavier sets than you, and to be a better individual, more valuable than you. So you have to understand that in the existence you get once, in the life that you are obviously ungrateful for, as you sit there and continue to poison yourself with a bottle, with the weed, with the porn, as you continue to use your mind as a dopamine machine and excrete as much cheap dopamine from your own brain, and to use yourself for your own pleasure, to become a weapon against yourself and to suck yourself dry like a vampire, to feel good about that bitch who should feel like shit for what the fuck they do to themselves. You are the biggest weapon against yourself. Your brain has neurological pathways, and your neural circuitry is the best weapon against you. And the funniest thing is the energy that you put into those negative habits is the ammo that you feed for yourself. So before you sit there and question the questionnaire, before you sit there and question the individual who obviously knows more than you, who obviously has better habits than you, obviously is a more valuable person by fact because they know more, they do more, and they act upon more, to sit there and question the questionnaire is to be rendered mentally inferior because you rather question other people than question yourself. You have to understand that the question of self is the beginning of your personal development. Why do I decide to put my energy into this negative outcome? Why do I sit there and self-deplete myself with a fucking bottle? Why do I sit there like a fat piece of shit bitch and look in the mirror, recognize the fact I look like shit, but then go outside like that shit doesn't exist? You believe that your problems don't exist just because you pretend not to be aware of them. You have to understand that when you step into the room, we are aware of your inadequacy, and it's literally reverberating from your heart and brain as the electromagnetism emits from your soul and diverges into the universe. You have to understand that the inadequacy that you reverberate is a direct problem you need to fix by confronting yourself. Personal development begins after personal confrontation. And all of you pussies forget that you are a bitch, and then you pretend to not be a bitch when all we have to do is look at your fucking body, and now we come to the realization you are a bitch, weak, out of shape piece of shit. Guys, the problems you need to solve are the problems you should be conquering every day, to work towards fixing that problem every single fucking day until the problem is dissolved. You have to understand that every day you have the potential energy to channel that energy through your attention to create and to build and to construct something better than what the fuck you are and what the fuck you were, to outgrow yourself every day, to plant a seed into the dirt, and the dirt, to extract the nutrients from the dirt, the suffering, the pain that you need to put in to be that better individual. No one wants to push themselves out of the fucking dirt. So that's what the fuck you're worth. A bundle of fucking dirt. So do yourself a favor and grow beyond it. Allow yourself to be watered and to extract the nutrients from the pain you need to put in, and be grateful through action. Everyone's fucking grateful. Everyone loves themselves until they have to recognize the fact they're fat as fuck, they're out of shape, they're addicted, and they're not making any decisions or taking any action to fix that active reverberation of a fucking problem, to be a fucking concoction of problems, and to allow that to pervasively and permit in their existence, knowing that it's a problem, but rather pretend that it doesn't exist when it obviously fucking exists, and we're all fucking aware of it. So do yourself a favor and become aware of that weak piece of shit in the mirror reflecting back at you, and do everything to fix that bitch. And understand that before you sit there and stagnate and you're so shocked that you have fucking problems you need to fix, and the problems you've been neglecting do exist, and they don't fucking exist because you pretend to not be aware of them. Understand that before you, there was an entire sequencing of bloodlines before you. Your ancestors have suffered so much for you to fucking exist, and to sit there like a fat piece of shit instead of go out and get what the fuck you want out of life. Instead of chasing down your goal, you remain a stagnating, self-debilitating fucking primate, to sit there with a low IQ, unintelligent fucking monkey who can't perceive the truth. And the truth is, you are a bitch, and you need to quit your addiction, you need to drop the smoke, you need to drop the weed, and the only truth is the best self-construction daily through the difficult habits you have to conquer every day. So while you sit there like a lazy piece of fucking shit, every day we woke up with the intention to grow. And so when we outgrow you, when we outsmart you, when we move faster than you, when we work harder than you, when we outperform you in every metric of existence every day, and to be so much better than you that, oh my fucking God, there's no comparison. Shut the fuck up and don't be an insecure bitch, because this entire time we've been inviting you to greatness, but your pussy ass was too much of a bitch to realize that it was an invitation, and you took so much you were so polarized that we have so much intention within our mind. I mean, guys, you have to operate from a level of getting shit done. If you don't have a fire on your ass to get shit done, the shit's not going to get done. And so while you remain polarized, that we have a fire in our heart that allows us to actualize our potential and to maximize our existence in the life we get once, while you sit there like a fucking self-debilitating primate and pick up a bottle because you couldn't fathom or comprehend the truth that reverberates from our larynx into the universe as we speak the cymatic frequency into the language of English, for you to get a linguistical comprehension of what the fuck we're trying to put on the fucking table. Understand that the only truth is personal development. If you're not personally developing, you're definitely personally hindering. And if you're personally hindering, you're hindering to your fucking self. And if you hinder your fucking self, you are an existential hindrance to everyone around you. So understand that you need to look in the mirror, you need to pick up a journal, and you need to reflect on who the fuck you are, and you need to ask yourself, is this the individual to get the shit done? If the answer is no, well, guess what? We're now aware of the problem you pretend to not be aware of, but definitely does exist as it diverges off of your fucking stomach and hangs off of your fucking ribcage, and we can all see it. So the first step is to induce that power consciousness, which each rep you neglect when you know you're weak and you're easily, I mean, guys, you don't even want to take it to that level. You have to understand that you neglect the aspect of yourself to sit there like a feminine piece of shit, docile, infertile piece of fucking conglomeration of more shit. Guys, do yourself a favor and actually respect the individual in the mirror. Your personal development begins with self-respect. If you don't have respect for yourself, well, we don't fucking respect you. And your self-respect will directly correlate to your personal development. So how much you respect yourself is how developed you'll be. So while you remain an under-respected, underdeveloped piece of shit, understand that that's what you are rendered mentally inferior as you neglect the responsibility to respond with high efficacy to the outcomes you want in life, but deny as you deny yourself and argue to yourself that you don't want the six packs and you don't want the personal brand, or you don't want to make the content, or you don't, whatever the fuck your goals are, to neglect that and to neglect your own soul for that comfort that really is just depleting you internally as you excruciate more dopamine to fill the emptiness within your soul. I mean, guys, you can't get fucking worse than that. So link in the description, personal development community, one-on-one mindset coaching. Send me a DM, and that's it for today. Peace.